What's up, bro? I'm actually about to start watching right now. It's already started. I'm actually trying something different right now. Let's get the. We're gonna stop the music first, though. Yeah. So I am currently using going through Restream to YouTube and Trovio at the same time. So or Trovo. I said Trovio. Trovo. And so this is my first time ever streaming over on Trovo. So if you're on Trovo, say what's cracking, what's good, what's up, everybody. Hope everything sounds good. This first time stream over here. Normally stream on Twitch and YouTube, but we're doing a watch along for Loki, so I figured I might as well include Trovo to get time built on Trovo as well. But what's good, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. My name is Nonpfixion, and most of the episodes are about anywhere from 45 to 50 minutes. So, and they feel short mostly because when you get stuck into them, you know what I'm saying? You really get stuck into them, so I feel like it goes by so quick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting audio from one of the other streams. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, can we mute this? There we go. I think we fixed it. We fixed it. Cool. All right. So, like I said, first time doing it across multiple platforms from Restream. I can't do it from Twitch to other places, but I can do it from YouTube. This is just a test. But how are you doing? I'm watching you. Kind of disappointing episode, but yeah, we're gonna get into it. We'll get into it right now. Um, there's there's a couple other things I want to talk about too, but we'll probably watch the episode, and if you guys are still here, then we'll get into some other conversation. So thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys have been checking out the new content that we've been posting on the channel. So when we start doing stuff like this, there's watching the episodes, talk about the episodes. It'll be under the guise or the name of Ready Set Geek. Say you said it was a quite silly episode. 3 Mile Island, welcome to the channel, 3 Mile Island. Hope all is well. We're actually about to get into the episode. It seemed like a BBC show. What do you mean? Is it okay? That could mean multiple things. Could that be like a smart comedy? Because BBC, I think BBC has more smart comedy than we do. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. But glad you're doing well as well. BBC to me has a lot more smart comedy than the US does. Some people may take offense to that, but that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I know, yeah, like Doctor Who. See, and I see for me that's fine because I freaking love Doctor Who. I've seen just about every episode. I even tried to go back and watch some of the old ones, which can be difficult because the old ones are different. The comedy is very different, and the writing is very slowly paced. But I like Doctor Who. I like the current Doctor Who. So I'll be flipping back and forth because I don't know if I get a notification when I get the comments from from Trovo, but I know when I switch over there, there's like one or two people watching. So, which is okay because this is my first time streaming over there, so I didn't really expect anybody to be honest. So I'm fine with it. It just seemed it went nowhere. Okay, so one of those. So did it feel like more like juxtaposition or more like story building instead of just no real information, just more story because of the introduction of the new character, Lady quote unquote Lady Loki, who I still think is not Lady Loki anymore. I don't know if people feel that way, but I don't. I don't think she's Lady Loki. And maybe we'll find out more details in this episode to kind of give truth to that. Just character building, which I expected. I mean, you have to look at these episodes, well, these series. So so far they all have been six episodes except WandaVision. They're like 6 hour movies basically. So there's gonna be some lulls in them to explain story, explain character, to explain what's going on. It's always gonna be some character building episodes, and unfortunately, us as fans or supporters, whatever you want to call yourself, we I don't want to say suffer, but we have to deal with it, and we go through the suffering. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I'm not really too worried about it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, like I said, some people love Doctor Who, so so fair enough. But it is just filled with people not doing what real people would do in whatever situation. Well, that's the difference, Limao. It's a comic book. It's a comic book based story. So because it's based off comic book characters, or even in this aspect, it's based off of mythological, religious characters. Because this is Norse mythology characters, based characters, and even though they're twisted through the MCU, they are still Norse mythology based characters. That's why I said when you look at it, the character of Lady Loki, when you see her name, and I think it's in either Spanish or in the French credits at the end of the episode, the name is Sylvia, which is a reference to a different character in Norse mythology, or in the MCU Norse mythology, which goes to somebody totally different and not Lady Loki. And plus, like before, I'm watching you and I were talking after last episode, this character has blonde hair. And no other Loki in existence has blonde hair. Every time they show you a variant Loki, none of them have blonde hair. So to me, that's a key. The the headpiece with the broken horn is also a key to Loki, but still could be a reference to a familial aspect of Loki, which could be like a daughter or a sister. You know what I'm saying? Because she is a variant, she's a different or quote unquote a variant. I think maybe she's Enchantress posing as Loki because she needs Loki's abilities and smarts to actually get to the end goal of what her plan is. So that's what I was thinking too. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds very convoluted, but we'll see. It may or may not explain in an episode. No spoilers. Exactly. No spoilers. Oh, I got to put the spoiler thing up here too. So hold on. I thought I had it here, but we'll get it. We'll get it. No, we'll keep this the spoiler warning up just in case, because somebody may say something in chat and it's okay. It happens. Um, you said they may be characters, but are they deliberately trying to act silly? They don't act like intelligent beings of any sort. Okay, and that can be. Thank you for the subscription, 3 Mile Island. I appreciate you. Welcome to the fiction family. We currently have been doing this season of Loki. We didn't do it for the previous episode series. I just watched them, edit them together, and post them to the YouTube channel. But I do. You know what? We hit 700 a day ago. Then somebody unsubscribed because I said it at the end of one of my videos, and I was like, okay, somebody's being silly. So thank you for being number 700. I truly appreciate that, because if you've been following the channel, which I know you guys are new, I have been sitting between 620 and 630, 640 for a very, very long time. And so to finally get to this number right here, this is this is amazing. And it was so bad. I felt so bad about not growing that I had stopped doing YouTube for like 8 months. So I hadn't touched YouTube until since last year, and I was just distraught. But thank you for being number 700. I truly appreciate you, and I hope we can just continue building from there. Um, but right now, I know you guys said you already watched it, I'm actually about to don't unsub, and I'll fight you. Yeah, I'm sick. I'm watching you on you, but I'm gonna pull it up so I can watch it. And if you guys want to rewatch it, then we can talk about it, and that'll be great. So, yeah, and then of course we will have new rock stars. Will have new information out. We will do a reaction to the new rock stars. So if you are really into these stories, New Rock Stars is a great channel to follow. 3CM Everything Always. There's like several different ones that are really good about information and spoilers. Behind is it Beyond the Trailer? Beyond the Trailer with Grace Randolph. There's so many great other channels. Yeah, let me pull it up. Make sure desktop sound is off. And also, like I said, we're gonna start getting into other style entertainment on this channel, which will be podcast style. So as you can see the title on the bottom, Ready Set Geek. Ready Set Geek is the podcast title that we're running with. And yes, I say we because it's going to be several other people in this podcast. The funny thing about it is they both just got new jobs, so their schedules are kind of screwed up right now, you know what I'm saying? And so as of right now, it's just going to be me for quite a while until we figure out how we can pull them in. I know with these late night streams, they probably won't be able to join. Nick may be able to join because he's actually currently working right now. So what we're going to test, hopefully maybe the next week or two, is to bring him in through a Skype call. And so while he's at work, he can still be a part of the stream. He just won't be super interactive, but he'll be here. Okay, he says. You say you can't trust Rockstar? Why? Because of Mephisto? But they're so good. Like you cannot deny MT, Melina, Eric Voss how good they really are. Did you watch the episode yet? No, I'm about to right now. I had been trying to get stuff situated with the channel, and as well as with the multi-stream I'm creating right now. So I'm streaming through Restream to YouTube and Trovo. I had a profile set up on Trovo for a very long time, have never streamed to it. So now I'm like, let's just, for every stream I do, I'm going to co-stream it, restream it to Trovo at the same time to build up whatever I can build up over there as well. So there you go. And then you said the MCU overall has brought me along with the adventure because characters seem to respond like real people. As soon as characters start making too many questionable choices, it starts to lose me. Said no, he didn't. He will in a minute. Okay, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, that's why I said I'm pulling up and watching. If you guys are gonna, if you want to watch it again, you can watch it again with me, and then we can talk about it. We can talk about it during the show while we're, at the end. It doesn't matter. It's all good. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to do the damn thing. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining. I mean, we got to get Rockstar and stuff this guy, man. I wish. I mean, there's a few other reactors and people that talk about Marvel and DC that have actually came over and gave your boy a sub, and I didn't know, and I was surprised when I seen. I was like, hey, you're way bigger than me, but you sub to me. That's cool. That's cool. But say I may know a few people. Hey, that's what's up, man. I'm all about building. I want to build and get to know people. This is something that I've been interested in for a long time. I actually started doing YouTube because it's a long story, but I started doing YouTube because of some stuff that caused a lot of stress, and YouTube helped me get away from that. It helped me in my mind get away from that. And my first YouTube video was for the first Spider-Man. The first Spider-Man to me was so good that I had to talk about it. So I created my YouTube channel because of the first time Holland Spider-Man. So I'll try what I can. No worries, man. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, hey, I'm still good. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up. Move it to one side so I can still see you guys' comments. So this episode is called Lamentis. Let's just get right to it. Okay, yeah. So 42 minutes. So it's actually 8 minutes shorter than the last two episodes, 8 to 9 minutes. What do you think about the TVA making Infinity Stone into paperweights? Now, before I start, so this is my understanding of it. This means, to me, from my understanding, how I understand the MCU and the comic books, the stones outside of their own reality are ineffective. And the reason why those stones are basically paperweights is because they're outside of their own actual realities. The stones don't work across realities technically, and so told you that Wanda will be mentioned. What's up, Katara? Um, the stones do not work out of their own reality. So when in a situation where the TVA has caught a variant with a stone, trying to use a stone, and they've captured and reset that reality, that stone is no longer a part of that reality because they reset it. So the stone technically is originally back to its natural spot. So the stone that's with the variant becomes unusable. So therefore a paperweight. If you go and look originally in the comic books, DC and Marvel cross paths, right? There's several DC versus Marvel comic books, and Darkseid actually gets all the stones, and he has them in the DC universe. But what happens? He tries to use them. He can't. Comes to find out because the stones only work in the Marvel universe. They don't work in the DC. So regardless of all the work he went through, all the fighting he went through, killing off some of the Avengers, and then having the stones back in DC, not EU, sorry, DC Comics, he couldn't use them. So therefore, it became pointless. So they went through this whole story arc for him to get them, and DC fans are happy because they destroyed freaking all these Marvel characters to get stones. But when it got the stones back into the DC universe on the comics, the writers of DC was like, "Hey, you got them, but you can't use them." So the way they wrote it, they don't work outside their own universe. So the stones are greatest power in the universe, but not the greatest power in the multiverse. Exactly. That's the Celestials. That's the Eternals. They're outside of that. They can work across. You know what I'm saying? Some of the strongest beings ever. Even though there are multiple characters in the MCU that are super duper crazy OP powered, the stones themselves only work on their timeline. So how Loki had the cube, the Tesseract, but when he went to TVA, even though the magic doesn't work in there, it wouldn't have worked anyway because it's not in the original timeline that it was in, that it was supposed to belong to. So or when Doctor Strange showed up and kidnapped. Oh Lord. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are going to start over and watch it a second time, but I'm about to start right now. So just let me know. Let me know if you guys are. If you are, I will wait. If you aren't, then I'll proceed. I'm just checking over on Trovo, see what's cracking. Oh, let me change this. Update this. Perfect. All right. It's interesting, this whole restream thing. I think if anybody restream is definitely restream, or I think what's the other one? It's another one that's pretty good. When the Avengers used the stones in Endgame, wasn't that a branch timeline? Shouldn't the stones have been useless in that timeline? But they're still in the same timeline. Like they're because they're in the same time, and that's the issue that many people have with Marvel's Back to the Future esque timeline explanation. So for me, it's like because they're in the same timeline, they still technically work. But when they're in other timelines, they don't work. So in the story in the TVA, those paperweights are no longer a part of the original timelines because they've been reset. So okay, so if I have is my goalies, if this is my stone, and for whatever reason I have power, I take it out of my timeline to try to use it to try to do something across the multiverse. Once I leave my timeline, this no longer works, regardless of what I try. No matter how strong I am or how strong it is, it doesn't work because it only works in one set line, one set timeline. So how the three great lizards are trying to supposedly keep this timeline together, in reality, that can't be true if there's multiple versions of the same stones. But this series is trying to straighten up Marvel's Endgame and Infinity War timeline explanations. So they're using the TVA to possibly almost reset their Back to the Future blunders. That's what I feel like. I feel like they're resetting certain characters. They're resetting certain themes. They're resetting certain points of existence. Because when you look at last episode, some of those places that were reset, all they deal with certain points of the actual MCU timeline. You said the Ancient One showed Banner the removal of the stones from 2012, which created a branch. They shouldn't have worked, right? In theory, how they're trying to explain it now, yes, but that's not what happened. Why? I don't know. I can't tell you why. I'm still I'm still trying to figure out how it worked. But remember too, they said what the Avengers did was supposed to happen. So maybe there was some extra help to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe where I still think Kang is involved in this. Maybe Kang or whoever those three guys actually are did something to help. They didn't get involved. They just gave it a nudge. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all need a little bit extra. Here you go. But who knows? Who really knows? Because we're all still trying to understand. I do understand that the stones outside of their own actual reality do not work. I understand that. I get that. But what the ancient ones said compared to what some of the stuff the TVA is saying kind of counter contradicts one another. They put them back in the timeline, so maybe the and I was thinking that too because they put them back in the original point, so therefore it kind of reset stuff. So, but that's TVA is supposed to explain some more of that stuff. Everyone writes themselves into a corner eventually. It's still into. Oh yeah, everyone does it. And that's why me as a fan, me as a fan of the characters, the stories, the comic books, I will never be like, oh, that's just dumb. I'm not gonna support them because that's dumb. I'm a fan. I've been reading these since I was a little kid. I'm an old head, man. I've been reading a lot of these stories. My first comic book ever was Spider Man. Spider Man, then X Men. Then I had my brother's Fantastic. My brother had the original Fantastic Four, like the originals, number ones, two, three, like the original arc, all that stuff. We had X Men. We had all kind of comics, and now I started buying comics. So I love the stories. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tear them down just because I'm more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan. I'm not gonna tear down DC just because I'm more of a Marvel fan. I like DC too. I watch them. Shit, I paid to see Suicide Squad in theaters multiple times. Like seriously, I actually did because I enjoyed it. It was just like a comic book version of a music video, and I enjoyed it. So everyone, oh yeah, no, they planned phases years in advance. There definitely had to be. Oh yeah, there's all the phases. Everything we seen in Endgame was planned 3-4 years earlier. Even how they create the movies and the visuals, it's all they have a team of like 100 what do they call them? They're called something specific, but say 100 editors, and they plot out every scene for every movie. They literally plot out. If you have in the Disney Plus, excuse me, in the Disney Plus, um, oh, what is it called? One of the episodes they break down how they prepare for a movie. That's why certain directors do not do Marvel films because they have less freedom. I mean, it's either less freedom or for almost a guaranteed hit. Now, when I say guaranteed hit, I mean more of a box office hit than the greatest comic book story ever told. Because not every Marvel film is the greatest story ever told. They're all entertaining in their own aspects, but some are much better than others. You know what I'm saying? Like Ava DuVernay was supposed to do. She was propositioned to do Black Panther. She turned it down because she didn't have the freedom. But I think she's doing some over at DC or Warner Brothers. So you see. All right, let's get to start. We are 28 minutes in. We haven't started anything. All right, you guys. So season 1, episode 3. of Loki's called Lamentis. I need to. Can somebody look that up and see what that word means? Lamentis. The word means something. Let me know what that word means. Lamentis. That's the name of the episode. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, last time because people came in after I started, so the conversation didn't start right away. And I know some channels they stick to a strict thing. Like I'm gonna get into the episode no matter what people are saying. But I like it's a planet. Okay, there you go. That's all I need. All right, we start now. I still think the heads of TV are the actual villains. Yes, I do stream over on Twitch as well. Or a moon. Okay. I'm so curious as to what she wants. What if this character isn't even a she? Like they're projecting and it's a dude. People will be pissed. You should have a timer below. So you know what? There's a timer in OBS, but for whatever reason, it's not working. I like this intro music. So it's so interesting the music they chose for this episode, and I love the green and yellow Marvel Studios. Yellow being my favorite color. Green is my, of course, as you can see, it's the color of all my products. Oh, that's interesting. Is that really true with brain freeze? That's gotta be BS, right? Or is she just trying to get her drunk? Oh, okay. This is she's in her head for real. Okay, I figured she was in her head, but okay. It's a very elaborate. I wonder. I really think. I want to know how elaborate this plan is. Like, what is she? What's the end goal? You know what I'm saying? This is the one thing where when you're watching Disney Plus, you're like, damn, man, I gotta wait till next week and the week after. Can I just get all 6 episodes at once so I can binge watch them? Okay, so she's in there. The Loki theme, I love it. Yeah, that music is so good. Can somebody tell me what that song is? Okay, she's in the TVA now. Oh, she tried to use her power and she couldn't. Oh, she got a little. She got some hand to hand skills. Just look up Loki thing and pull up. Okay. She definitely has no reservations about killing people. He got his blades. Just finished. You think Loki died? Come on, brother. I'm watching it right now currently. You know what's weird is when I watch the Loki on Disney Plus, the timer doesn't go. The timer doesn't go. She she whooped they ass. Oh, that's a different angle. He said, "You sure you're Loki?" Mission related. It's all good. No worries. We started stream late because I was setting up my restream. First time trying to stream to Trovo. She doesn't care if you kill Loki. She's getting his head hella hard. Well, at least he went to somewhere he can use his powers so he can fight back. That was smart. They look like yeah, they do look like siblings fighting. What? Oh, where are they at? Is this Lamentis? Lamentis one. Okay, 2077. I love the colors in the series. Oh wow. You know what? Now that you said that earlier, about feeling like a Doctor Who episode, it kind of does because they always land into some drama in Doctor Who, and it does feel like that. It really, really does. That's actually funny. It's great. You guys are great with the characterization of this episode. Her British accent just throws me off. You say it throws you off. And if you look on IMDb, there were three women who didn't have character names by them, and two of them were brunettes, one was a blonde, I think. I don't know what it is. Just doesn't match for me. Isn't she? Isn't she? Isn't she actually British though? It could just be where the area that she's from too. Some have a rougher accent than others. I don't want to say like hood, but like a hood version. People that talk with a thicker accent because her accent sounds very similar to the new Doctor Who, the lady Doctor Who. I think so. That's why it's weird. Because even Tom Hiddleston, he sounds more. I don't want to say high and mighty, but he sounds proper, more proper. She sounds like he's from a I don't want to say. I don't want to sound like saying the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? But there is a difference in how their tones are. That's why it's weird. Why it doesn't fit. But I think it's natural. I don't think she's doing anything extra. She doesn't like to be called Varian. Doesn't like to be called Loki. Okay, so she just said I'm Sylvie now. I would think like most of the Lokis would have even though they have slightly different skill sets, that they all would have the same wants for the TVA because against their natural thoughts of authority. This town looks like it's from Borderlands. This is why I said I think she could be a sister, not actual Loki. She has the same last name, of course, but I like these wide, stretched out visuals. There's a lot of urgency when they first arrive on Lamentis, but then they just start walking around. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think part of that too is because she just got blasted. I think part of that too is because the asteroids were very close to hitting them. We're telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if a Dalek pops up. Well, the Daleks are through the beginning and end of time. So He just changed himself. He got shot too. Sorry if that was too loud, you guys. What do you devils want with me? She got like a true 1700 Southern conversational tone. Her saying "devil makes me think the devil the little girl was pointing at in episode 1." Yeah, well, Sylvia. That's possible too. That's possible. But I mean, as far as the variant, that's who they were pointing to. That's why they were thinking it was Loki. But it definitely was Sylvia because that's how she got all those reset charges. I wonder how many of those TVA agents she killed. Because she had a good, what, 100 charges? They're only giving tickets to the wealthy people. That's not surprising. She looks like an off brand Power Ranger. Very, very true, he does. That's actually pretty funny. He said there are hundreds of native English accents in the UK with tiny variations. Oh, yeah, there are a lot. There's so many variations. So interesting how they have two different stories. It's cool though. Yeah, the fireworks thing is kind of cool. It's a great party trick. One touch of fireworks. I like the simple magic he does too. They throwing nodding at his fluidity by saying, "Is there a prince waiting for him or princesses?" I'm surprised he hasn't said anything about Thor, because that would be the great way to test her, see if she's even real. Because I mean, in her timeline, would Thor have would not have existed? Say Marvel just putting it out there. Yeah, like I mean, I think with certain characters, I don't necessarily mind. I think some characters people are trying to just reach because they want those characters to be, you know, whatever, whatever sexuality they want them to be. He's gotta be loaded. He said didn't mean to type dress. Oh, no worries. It's all good, man. I wish I could show this with you guys. And you know what? Since you guys do have Disney Plus, I could do screener and we could actually watch it together. because you all have Disney Plus. The train station guards aren't bothered about the end of the world, only tickets play. Yeah, exactly. But in most stories, soldiers they just do what they're told. So you watching right now. I lined it up with how you're watching it, so you're reacting at the same time. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to figure out a better timer so I can put one on the screen. Love is like a dagger. You can see yourself in it until it makes you bleed. A shiny dagger. Interesting. He said, terrible metaphor. Yep. He was like, here they are. Oops. It's a cool little fight scene. So, will you stop it? So the Infinity Stones are useless in all in the all-powerful TVA, but if a TVA gadget runs out of battery, I mean, it's still just a machine or a controller like a remote. So they made it where it's not limitless. Because somebody gets it, it eventually runs out where they can't use it no more. Pretty much, I ain't thinking too much about it. See, and that's the other thing too with like comic book theory, MCU theory, DCEU theory, DC theory. So many people get mad because, oh, well, they're not like themselves in the comic book. Well, the MCU and DCU are not exactly the comic book, are they? To do just a comic book series and try and turn into a movie or a television series, it's different. And it probably won't be as entertaining because when you're reading, your imagination is doing a lot with that story. So it's very different. So personally, I try to keep them as separate as possible. There's still some things that I throw in there that's comic book based, but I try to keep them as separate as possible. Here, you need to listen to this part. Can't the TVA track Loki and Loki MK2 to Lamentis? They should have shown up by now. I was thinking about that too, because since they had the little remote control joint, they should have been able to track it. But could it also be an option where they know they're stuck on a planet that's going to be destroyed? Could they be like, hey, screw the both of them? That could be an option. Now, it'd be interesting if they showed that. Like they should have cut back to the TVA by now, personally, to show more juxtaposition. I know it's hard to stop myself. It can be, but it's a few other people I watch, and they have these full on arguments because certain characters in the movies are don't do the things because they're not like the characters in the comic book, but you have to separate them and have to go in it with a clean slate, just thinking the template of the character is there, but everything's not exactly the same because like Captain Marvel and Thor and will be super OP. The Hulk will be super OP. They wouldn't lose nobody in the current state because it's not like the other big bads are even in the stories right now. Important part coming up. Okay. She said that's not how enchanting works. They're all variants. See, and that was a theory that New Rock Stars had brought up, and somebody else had brought up too, that they're actually variants, and the reason why Mobius is so pinned on the jet ski is because of his actual experience. Hey, bro, quick question: how parents punish their blind kid? What? Doing a watch along with? Oh, yeah, they rearrange their furniture. That's a good one. Oh, I think why is that how you pronounce your name? They rearrange the furniture. That's funny. Good dad joke. It's so crazy when you watch these series. You gotta look at everything. You gotta look at the walls. You gotta look at the writing on the wall, the time on the clock. Listen to the music. It's always something. The hell? Oh damn! Oh wow! To to see the moon how it's breaking up so close, that looks so crazy. It's it's where you stick the cucumber. Okay. But I think what you're saying, I'm surprised they haven't showed up yet either. 3 Mile Island. But it is really feeling like a Doctor Who episode. But for the level of destruction, looks pretty freaking awesome. They're doing great work, pal. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Why? And great joke, once again. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, do reactions of all kind of stuff. We have over 300 videos to watch, and we're continually growing. By the way, nice hat. Oh, well, thank you. I forgot where I got it from. Okay, that was just a very weird ending. Now I see what you're saying. It feels like they cut it short. Like there's supposed to be something else. Hmm. See, it's so weird. Yeah, it feels like it cuts short. Now it makes me think: was there something? And when they're in post production, they were like, "If we show that, we'll give away too much information." So they cut it, and it was like, it's about 4 or 5 minutes of information or video that's going to be at the beginning of next episode. Now I'm curious to see what new Rockstar pull from this because it's not a lot. It's definitely. I still think that middle face and the three TVA heads is Kang. He said, "Hey man, gotta head out." No worries. I'm watching you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Of course, next Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, we'll work. We'll definitely get on time. Probably if we can get things set up early enough, we'll get on early and just do like this talk before the show starts. Let me watch this ending again. Hold on, let's pull this back up. Let's go to the very when he stops the building from falling over. I just feel like it's something weird about this ending. Appreciate you. I'm watching you. Thank you so much, and thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. You too, 3 Mile Island. Thank you for subscribing to the channel as well. And this is what you're talking about. Do I think that this is when he came in and said, "Do I think that he died?" No, I don't think he died. I think most of the information is gonna probably be in the credits. To be honest with you guys. Interesting. Like, I mean, the biggest thing about the episode is finding out that the TVA agents are variants themselves. But like I said, that explains to me why Mobius kind of focuses on the idea of a jet ski and how perfect the jet ski is as a tool of transportation. It makes so much sense because he probably owned a jet ski in his actual life. Thank you for the subscribe. First, if I'm saying your name incorrectly, please let me know. I'm pronouncing Y, so please let me know if that's correct. If not, type it phonetically so I can pronounce it correctly. Strange episode, but good to know the TVA are kidnapping people from Earth, forcing them to work for their shady temporal FBI, basically. And this is also, think about this. Remember when Mobius was in the office with Google's character, the judge, and she was saying how she has basically other agents that he don't know about. So how do we not know they are just other Mobius that she's utilizing, or Mobius, but his brain has been wiped several times, so he doesn't remember what he's done previously. Does anybody know what Kang's powers actual are, his abilities are? You don't. He can't wipe minds, can he? Because making me think now. Like now, it's really making me think that the TVA, the three heads, are the bad guys. So especially if what you know Lady Loki said is true, then that's just crazy. What's this? So weird being over here on Trovo. I'm going to put the schedule up. But once again, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Why? Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I'm watching you. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, 3 Mile Island. I appreciate you guys. Um, I want to do more stuff like this. That's not just with me watching episodes. I want to do some where where we, like I said, podcast style. Where we're talking about different things in comics and esports and gaming and tech and news and sports, regular sports, because I watch plenty of sports. Maybe let me see if I can get on tomorrow. Maybe we can do the watch along for the Bucks versus the Hawks. If I can find the game somewhere to watch it, then I can do that. That would be dope. And we can do that to YouTube and Trovo too. So now I wonder with Restream, can I stop the stream to Trovo without stopping both streams? I don't know. But I know it's streaming to there. I just can't see it on Restream because I'm not using Restream as the main platform. That makes sense. Um, well, the cool thing is we finally got our first actual stream taking place over here. But that's cool. Let's see. Yeah, PC, Xbox, Switch, PlayStation, or all the above. For what? Which one I have, or which ones I think are better, or what's actually your question? Because there's different answers for each one. I personally have a play. I have a PlayStation. I play PlayStation 4 over on Twitch. I have a gaming laptop, but I can't stream it and play at the same time. It can't handle the power. Um, Congratulations, you received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Yay! Woohoo! We'll tweet that out. I think it's gonna go through. Yeah. So first stream with Restream. Thank you guys for stopping by, man. This works out just really well. Made the Ready Set Go first initial active stream, just initially just Ready Set Go, not Nonpfixion, work out pretty well. So appreciate you. That's weird. Okay. Say PS4. Okay, nice. Yes. Will you be doing this next week? That's the plan. The plan is to do it until the series is over, and also for the other series, because we know we have um, Kamala Khan, her series coming. We know we have She-Hulk coming. We have Ironheart coming. We have Hawkeye series as well. And then I know there's what else is coming? There's another one. Crap, there's another one. I can't remember. Oh, this is bothering me. Marvel series coming soon. I kind of want to rewatch. Yeah, what if? What if it was one of them? Um, so what if Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight? I forgot about Moon Knight. Freaking Oscar Isaac has looked really good in his training. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you go to they've posted it on Disney Plus Instagram. But his training, the hand to hand combat in that show is gonna look crazy. But we have Moon Knight, She Hulk, Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion is the other one. Like I said, Ironheart, Armor Wars. Oh, I thought that was gonna be a movie. Armor Wars. Oh, I Am Groot too. I didn't know. I didn't know that was coming, or I didn't remember that was coming. And then the Wakanda series. Oh, we got all kind of stuff coming. Oh man, this is Disney Plus is doing a good job. Marvel, good job. You're making me proud. Maybe I'll do a short YouTube video just stating that we'll be doing these series. Is that Ironheart? That's from Ironheart. So that's whatever. So one Loki, two What If, Hawkeye 3, Miss Marvel 4, Moon Knight 5, She Hulk 6, Secret Invasion 7, Ironheart 8, Armor Wars 9, I Am Groot 10. And then the Wakanda series, that's 11. They're bringing 11 TV shows. I love this. Oh, another place we can get really good information is Collider. Collider on YouTube, collider.com. They have great information. Yeah, Marvel Studios, they trying to get that paper. but I'm not mad at it at all. So let me ask you a question. You're into Marvel. Now, when it comes to the Miss Marvel story, do you think we'll get Squirrel Girl? Because I want Squirrel Girl in the MCU. I know she's not like a super main character, but she is the best friend to Kamala Khan, and she is the sidekick to Miss Marvel in the stories, in all of her stories. So, will we get Squirrel Girl? I mean, Disney did do a TV show of a young girl with a squirrel as a friend that she found and brought back to health, and he was a superhero. Not Squirrel Girl, but we know they can do it. So, can we get Squirrel Girl in Miss Marvel? That's all I want to know. I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start tweeting at Kevin Feige and say day one of asking for getting Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel, and see if he ever responds. Who's directing that? Let's see if I can find out who the director is. Oh wait, here we go. Showrunner directors: Adil El Arbi and Bilal. Oh, Bad Boys for Life. So that's gonna be some crazy action. Didn't they already pitch cast and then cancel Squirrel already? You mean Squirrel Girl as a TV show or as a character in the series? Because you can't just make Miss Marvel about her and her heritage, her heritage is a big part of the series and it's a big part of who the character is. But her best friend in all existence is Squirrel Girl. That's her best friend. The girl doesn't exist without Squirrel Girl. She gets in all this trouble and Squirrel Girl saves her. So we need Squirrel Girl. We need her. That's all I'm saying. Oh, in the TV show, that would suck. You gotta have Squirrel Girl, man. So when is Ironheart coming? Ironheart's coming. No dates. Okay. So that means probably 2022. Because if you look at the stories that we have coming and the movies we have coming, we have a building for Young Avengers already with the names that are coming. You know what I'm saying? Because we have um, Hawkeye, Haley Steinfeld taking over. She's gonna be young. Technically, you still have um, Spider Man, Miss Marvel, if Squirrel goes in there, and then in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, you have what's the girl's name? America Chavez, who's a teen, and then in the Marvels, the rumored villain is Rogue. I don't know if she'll be a teenager or not, but she should. If she's like a young 20s, that'd be dope. Um, and you don't know who else is going to be introduced in Moon Knight, and then in She-Hulk. Supposedly, the Hulkling is going to be introduced in that story, so that's another character that could be a part of the Young Avengers. Secret Invasion, from my understanding, is going to reintroduce um, what's the girl's name? Chloe Bennett, aka Quake, to to the MCU. So she's also kind of a semi head of the Young Avengers, or the no named Avengers, the Secret Warriors. Ironheart, she's part of the Secret Warriors, so she can be the part of the Avengers. I can't wait till Ironheart comes. I've been waiting for that story, and it's like when I first found out there was a young black girl that is just as smart or even smarter than you know Iron Man and Richard Reed, and create her own suit based off the tech. I was like, oh yeah, this I gotta learn more about this character. So I'm still learning about her and reading about her. But it's cool because by that time we will have in her story it'll be the reintroduction of Robert Downey Jr. as an AI because that's how he is in the story. He's an AI in the story. And Pepper Potts is in there. And of course, in the MCU, you can always have the daughter in there too, which would be dope. Armor Wars, I don't know if they're gonna introduce anyone else. I don't know. I think AIM is the bad guys, so we'll see. And then I Am Groot. I don't know if anyone is gonna really be introduced in there. Well, you know what? You could introduce. Oh, what's the kid's name? Oh, I gotta. Actually, you know what? I'm on the Disney Plus page. Let me go down to Spider Man. What is his name? Well, we'll figure it all out. This was definitely a cool experience, especially having you guys in the stream. It was actually pretty dope to to be talking to you guys and have some good conversation. And what's dope is 100 messages. That's pretty cool for just an hour and a half stream. Let me. Okay, that's dope that I can see the troll comments on it. I didn't know I can do that. I didn't know it showed that. Oh, okay. Why does it show? I mean, okay. Parents embedded stream reply bot analytics Discord filtering. Okay. All right, you guys. So thank you guys for joining the stream. I truly appreciate it. This was actually a really good time. I really enjoyed myself. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, noon, wherever you guys are in the world today. My name is Nonpfixion. I will definitely catch you, you know, if everything goes to plan, and will God willing, I'll be here for Loki episode 4. It was great talking to you guys. It was great conversing with you, and just thinking about what may or may not happen in the future. So thank you guys for being here. Truly appreciate you. Probably will work on one or two reactions before I go to bed. I know that the Clippers played this tonight or last night, so I'll probably do that before I go to bed. And yeah, so I appreciate you. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And like I said, God willing, we will be back. We'll be back uh next Tuesday night, Wednesday morning at 2 a.m. If we can get everything situated, we will be on probably about 1:55, 1:50, maybe 1:45 to get on early, talk with you guys before we start the episode 4. So appreciate you. I love you. Hope to catch you on the next one. And thank you for checking out Ready Set Geek. Once again, this is the podcast or just talking, just chatting style stream, which we're going to turn into a podcast for myself, Nonpfixion, and then also my boy Caught Up Gaming, and I am NIKMUSIC, who once again they will be joining us eventually. They just won't be able to join us right now in the beginning because they both started working, so can't really knock the hustle. Appreciate them for being even, thinking about being a part of this. So hope you guys have a great night. Love you. And I'm out. Peace. Bye.